Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to take a look at the small wheels, or SML wheels, however which way you want to pronounce it. Now these are going to be my first day with them at the time of this recording, so what I'm going to do right now is going to open these up and then measure them, see how consistent they are with the sizing. So the packaging is really basic. It's just a plastic wrap, 4 wheels, and with a little placard on the back, which reads, I want to know I can put my wheels on my board and go skate anything. The new AG formula was made for that. Skate anything, anytime. Austin Gillette. Okay, that's great. I personally would prefer that they had a lot more information about the wheels on their packaging, but I'll get into that later. Anyways, let's go ahead and just open these up. Alright, so I got one wheel out. I'm going to use my caliper to measure the size of this, because on the wheel or in the packaging it doesn't say the size. Well, on the wheel it says the size, but it doesn't say diameter, the shape, or what formula they have. But anyways, the ones I have are 53mm 99A in their AG formula in the classic shape, according to their website. Now for the diameter of the wheel, I am getting 53mm. As for the width of the wheel, let me zero this out real quick. Overall width is going to be 33.90 millimeters. But as for the actual riding surface, let's take a look at that. So where your wheel will actually touch the ground, it is right underneath 19 millimeters. Right, so touching these, they do feel really nice, really solid, and the wheels do have treads on them, which are very obvious, but these are going to wear down pretty fast over time. So if you're not really into treads on a new wheel, I don't know if you want to watch any further. Yeah, so anyways, let's go ahead and get this set up. So in addition to installing the new wheels, I am also going to install those wooden reel riser pads that came out, some months ago. And, I do plan on reviewing them, but I'm not sure what to talk about riser pads. So if you're interested in that topic, just let me know in the comments. So a thing to note of is that I'm coming off from much bigger wheels and a different shape. So what I usually skate are the Spitfire Formula 4 56mm 99A conical fulls. Well, these ones are smaller, 53mm, and they're a different shape. They're skinnier, they're more round, not as wide as the conical fulls. But so far I'm really liking what I'm skating. They feel a lot more grippier in Spitfire, but they don't slow down, and I really do feel like I have a lot of control while riding these wheels. And transition doesn't feel awfully different. Still getting used to it because it's my first day, but so far I'm liking them. Look at that. So I guess you really can't complain about the wheels lock-in, huh? Right, so it's been a couple weeks now, and I think I'm ready to talk about the wheels. I would describe them as very inconsistent. So what I mean by is that on my first day of riding them, they felt great. None of my tricks were really changed much. I could get enough speed just rolling on flat and going up and down the ramps, and my tricks didn't feel too much affected. But on the next day, when I was at a different park, the wheels felt very slow. I couldn't get enough speed on the ramps, and overall, I just really wanted to go back to my Spitfires. And I just didn't like the wheels at all. You also remember just skating on the sidewalk to the park, and the wheels felt very slow. Didn't keep up speed. Everything was bumpy, and I was not having a good time on them. And that sidewalk was relatively smooth, and I just didn't really like the wheels. Then I go to another day where, again, same park, but then the wheels felt better this time. I could definitely keep up speed, not as much as my larger Spitfire wheels, but they were doing a pretty good job on both the ramps and ledges and whatnot. Then I go to my usual curb spot on another day, and before then on that sidewalk I didn't like them, but on my curb spot the ground is a lot worse, more bumpy, a lot more cracks, and then these wheels really blew my expectations out the water. They felt really nice, really fast, handled the really rough ground really nice. But the thing is, I really don't like the inconsistencies of this wheel performance. I want my wheel to feel very consistent. I know how it's going to work on certain types of terrain and whatnot, and how it's going to perform on like transition or street or whatnot. This very inconsistent feeling just doesn't make me like the wheels at all, because then I would just have to guess about how they're going to feel that day. Now, concerning the shape and the size, I would say they're pretty good for, flat ground or like ledge or whatnot, because they're very nimble and small. In fact, I was able to do some tricks way more easier than I would have on my larger wheels, such as like doing little front side airs in the mini ramp, and doing more ledge stuff that I didn't know I could easily do. That small shape just really makes grinds go a lot faster, because there's a lot less wheel dragging onto the ledge and onto the board. So you are gonna still keep up a lot of speed once you get onto that ledge. But that really concerns only the shape itself. But for the actual urethane formula, I don't know how I feel about it. It grips well on the skate park, so if you're doing tight corners, like doing really sharp curves, you're not gonna slip out like Spitfire from the Force. But on the street, rough ground terrain, goes back to what I said about it feeling very inconsistent, where sometimes it just feels like the worst wheel in the world, and other times it feels like an extremely good wheel. And again, I don't like that sort of inconsistency. I would rather get a wheel that's very consistent on the grounds that on its purposes. Well, you know what I mean. I just want a consistent feeling wheel instead of a wheel that just feels like it does whatever each different day. I would say the wheels are decent, I guess. They do everything decently, but they don't really excel at one specific thing. Like, it's a skateboard wheel. That's kind of all I can say about it. What I don't really like is the price, though. Now, I know you can get them cheaper on like bigger stores like Tactics or whatever, but on their website and at my local shop, they're about $40 for a set. And for $40, I might as well just go for a Spitfire Formula 4 or another alternative wheel that just performs way better than small wheels. I don't know, it's just really not worth that high price tag. I think this wheel would be good for someone who really wants a small profile wheel and really just skates skate parks a lot. Not really much on transition, but they're mainly focusing on stuff like ledge and flat ground and that sort of thing. There's really not much more for me to say about the wheels, just that they're decent, they're skateboard wheels, and they are overpriced for what they are. And again, you can get them cheaper elsewhere, but at my shop and on their website, Small's website, it's $40. I also wish that they would put more on this packaging, because when you get the wheels, you only get this placard, and the wheels get wrapped in a plastic bag. And all it just says is that, like, hey, this is our new AG formula, try it. But when you compare it to something like Spitfire, I mean, you get a whole thing. First, you get, like, you know, fancy packaging, but more importantly, you get specifications on the wheels. So, like, the measurements, and then the entire lineup, like different shapes, different measurements. I think there's a warranty. Yeah, there's a warranty down here. There's a lot on just this little placard. And it'd be cool if Small and other brands did that as well. You know, give us more information, you know, instead of just being vague about it. Just like any other skateboard brand. You know, a lot of skateboard brands for some reason like to be vague, and they don't like giving out a lot of information about the products, which is weird. I don't know. There's probably some reason for that. I also remeasured the wheels before I recorded this, and they've worn down about 0.5 millimeter. One of the wheels did have some urethane peeling off, but again, that also happens to pretty much any other wheel, so I don't really consider that a part of its level of quality. Yeah, I'm really trying to think of anything more to say about these wheels, but I really just covered it all. They just feel like decent wheels. I'm definitely going to switch back to my Formula 4s just because they work better for me. But I kind of do have another wheel brand in mind that I might want to review. Anyways, just let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.